Alright guys, upgrade week for my quad here, and I had a question sent to me on Messenger earlier this week on how to install a clutch cable. So I'm in the midst of putting some ASE F4 levers on mine and a new +2 clutch cable. So if you disconnect, I went ahead and took my cable off and everything beforehand, but here's the big thing. All right, so you got your clutch lever right here. So if you have it out here, your lever on out here, and you don't adjust the slack to get out, then your clutch lever will not return. So you want to have it at the stop point right there. You know, so you want to rotate the shaft till it stops. Then you want your lever in somewhere around in this position here to apply pressure to your spring that's on your clutch, and that's what returns your clutch or your clutch cable to home. So if you don't have it here and you have all the slack in there, then you're not going to do it. You have to have it up against the stop here for it to actually work correctly. So that's a good starting point there. Unfortunately, the phone's ringing at work, and I'm gonna have to come back to you guys. So we'll get back here in a little bit. All right, I'm back. Real quick, well, I got a couple minutes here while I'm waiting on the AC machine. I'm gonna route my cable in here, which is not gonna be the easiest thing to do. Get my fingers up in there. No, that's not going to work out so well. And we will grab that's stupid that. Okay. Apparently the let's get the bracket back on. That's your stop, obviously. That there. Pull the cable back out. Okay, cable's in there. So the cable's hooked up there. And I'll grab my little ratchet dealio. Oh, of course. Go the wrong way. You dirty bitch. always work from the bottom and work yourself up. Get everything all attached down here. Cable in here. Put the rubber piece back up in there like so. Alright, so there the cable is where I want it to be. Alright guys, I gotta do some wrenching on some cars and I'll be back to hook up the rest of it. Good morning. Kind of jumped a little ahead of you guys. Yesterday I had a little downtime, but not enough to do some recording. So just to recap here. Lever installed with the shaft rotated all the way counterclockwise till it hits a stop. Alright, where it stops is where you hook roughly in this position here. Obviously bolt that on, make sure your cable's on there, and rubber cap. Route your cable. Now I did zip tie mine to the frame to hold it there out of the way, and run it through the mount here and into your lever. Now I went ahead and got mine all hooked up. I like to pre-fit things sometimes, and basically you pretty self-explanatory. You line up there, line it up, and then you run your cable in, no problem. Now when it comes to adjusting the cable, I always save this for last. This is mostly adjustment for either trail or while I'm racing. I try to do all my other adjustments without using this. So that brings us to this thing right here. So basically what you want to do is you want to tighten this up to the point where you just see the shaft just move just a little bit. Now you don't want to have it pushed in, because that would be the equivalent of riding your hand on the clutch at all times. So you just want it to touch, but you want your cable to be tight. So, and then at that point, you don't need to do any adjustments there. You can do all your adjustments right here and not here. Save this for the trail. So when you pull back the lever, this lever is what returns this lever. So without, your spring from your clutch, there's a shaft that runs from your clutch. There's a on this round shaft, there's a flat that is milled on it for that shaft to push on, and your spring clutches are what pulls your clutch back. Nothing more than your springs on your clutch to make that activate. So make sure you have this rotated to the stop, and then you're applying it past that stop. You know, you can only turn it so much with your hands. So best way I can kind of explain it, this is where a guy that was messaging me was struggling with. He couldn't get his clutch cable to return, but you have to have it at that stop, and then your cable pulls the springs on the clutch. That was what makes it return. So other than that, I got, you know, really nice set of levers. I got the ASV F4, completely adjustable. I can bring it closer if I want to. I can bring it farther away. I'll play with that more when I have it running. I got a couple other projects that I'm going to do since I have some downtime in between racing. Rebuild my carb, eliminating the headlight on the hood. I'm going to do another video for that because a few guys were questioning me on that. So there you go. That's how you put a clutch cable in. Pretty simple, as long as you get the shaft on the motor rotated in the correct position. If you don't, your lever will not return. So all right guys, thank you.